Slaughtering the goat for sin as an offering. And you have to understand that the Old Testament is a shadow of the New Testament. The last time I preached on a series here, I told you that the Old Testament interrupted the New Testament. New Testament is the Oldest Testament, is the first. It was the first. What we call the New Testament. It is God's original plan. It is not because in the Bible you read it like that. It is God's original plan. Remember when the Pharisees met Jesus, he said it is good for the man to divorce as well as Moses commanded them to write the letter of divorce. Remember that? And Jesus said, in the beginning it was not so. That means something happened between the beginning and now. And what happened in the beginning and now is the Old Testament. So now that you see that in their days, they were using God to forgive sin, the blood of God. But now in the New Testament has been from the beginning. Because when Adam and Eve sinned against God, God gave an example to them to understand that this is my original plan here. And what God did, he slaughtered an animal and the blood and took the skin and covered them. He was showing them that I am the one who will be crucified. I am the one whose blood will wash you once and for all. That was the original intent. See, after the time Moses came, it's interrupted that particular one. So in Hebrews chapter 10, verse 1 to 10, it just summarized the day. He said the sacrifice system was the shadow of the blood things to come. Jesus offered himself as a perfect sacrifice for all. That was a shadow. That's why we read in Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. He said faith is a substance of things hoped for. Substance are things that you can't see, but something representing something is not referred to as substance. Are you understanding? We can see the sound that coming out, but once we see mark, we know there must be sound. Are you understanding? So the mark is the substance of the sound, but we can't see the sound. So that faith they're talking about is Jesus, but they can't see Jesus. So Jesus was the shadow, it was that substance. So every time Jesus appeared in the Old Testament to them, he was just in the shadow form. You remember when the snake was biting them in the wilderness, and Jesus instructed Moses, take the bronze snake and put it up. Those that look up to the snake, they will be saved. And when they look up, they were saved. The snake couldn't bite them because they look up. He said, looking up to Jesus in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. Looking up to Jesus, who is the author and the finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him, he despised the shame and disgrace, and he pressed towards that joy that is before him. Jesus is that faith. Jesus said to them, the last time they wanted to stone him, to the Pharisee, he said, before Abraham I was. They said, you have not been 50 years old. Why can't you say this thing before you? They wanted to stone Jesus the Lord. Before Abraham I was. He said, I was the pillar of cloud by day. That was substance. It was Jesus, but they didn't see him. They were just seeing cloud. They were seeing shadows of Jesus. Jesus was the one that was crucified in the garden, that blood that saved Adam and Eve. It was Jesus. If you read Hebrews chapter 11, verse 16 to 17, the Bible lacking on to Isaac. They say Isaac was a type of Jesus that was crucified. Isaac was obedient unto the altar of Moriah, and Jesus was obedient unto the cross. Jesus took his own cross to go. Isaac took his own root on his head with his father to go. Abraham took Isaac and took a husband and said, let's go. Isaac, stay here. My son and Isaac going to go, they sacrifice. Isaac took the wood that they carried to go and bring the altar. Jesus on that day was taking the same wood to go and be nailed on it. And just as we are about to kill Isaac, and God told him, stay away the hands from your child. Look on that side, this is a lamb to be sacrificed. Jesus was that sacrificial lamb. As the people were carrying the thing to be sacrificed on that Good Friday that is about to come that we are pushing, they were carrying the animals to the temple to go sacrifice. On that Friday was the day of ceremony. While everybody was going with the animals, Jesus passing at them with the stake to go and be crucified. They did not know that the atonement that is about to be happy, it was the one that was going. Jesus was the original sacrifice. They thought that was the goat and the sheep they were carrying to the temple. So the sacrifice of Jesus is the perfect sacrifice, and it's once and for all.